What's up, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of Track Talkers. What a weekend in Australia. If you weren't watching WSX, you missed out. We got everything we ever wanted. Deegan versus Eli Tomac. Ty, it looked like Eli Tomac had a little bit of trouble on that KTM for the very first time this weekend. We go over the Ian Harrison KTM interview. Joey Savatgy T-bones his teammate. There was fireworks going off everywhere. Christian Craig talking smack to his old teams and the haters. Jason Anderson, will he be back? Is he hurt? What happened? Max Anstie undefeated. That and so much more on this episode of Track Talkers. But the very first thing we gotta break into, Uncle Ty, Deegan versus Eli Tomac. Was it what we expected? Was it what we expected? Was it more? Was it less? Who's got the hype?
I know this is YouTube, but I don't think either one of them won a race. So.
Oh, shit. Todd throwing out truth bombs right at the beginning of the show. Damn, bro.
I mean, I know those guys get the views that they have, the fans, but neither one of them found the top step of the podium this last weekend.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to have to dig deeper into that. Wow, that was a reality check to me, to, I guess, everybody, all the fans, and just... Wow. Okay, Ty, bringing the heat right off the bat, bro.
I mean, I didn't want to burst your bubble right there, but I feel like we need to give credit where credit's due. It should be the winners, and then filtering back down.
Okay. We're gonna give Christian Craig his flowers because he damn well deserves them. Unbelievable ride for him. But Deegan versus Eli Tomac. I mean,
we're back.
Dude, we're back. That was really incredible. I mean, you want to talk about seeing just two totally different generations, almost with a generational gap in between them. And to see, I think we had a lot of unanswered questions after Buenos Aires, and I think Deegan answered a lot of them. Wouldn't you say?
I think from the preparation that I seen on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that from Deegan, and how his result was at Buenos Aires, it was kind of like a direct result of how much work he put in to that round, just because he needs to have an off season. He wasn't ready on the bike. And then we really saw the preparation and him focusing on an event that he wanted to get ready for and he wanted to do good. And it's not like he didn't want to do good at Buenos Aires, but like these are off-season races, period. First and foremost, he has to run his program to be ready for 2026 to be able to win championships.
Agreed.
That is taking precedent over everything in between.
Yeah.
So that's what I think we saw at Buenos Aires. And then we saw the preparation and the focus on doing good in Gold Coast and wanting to do good for the fans.
Yeah.
And I think we saw that. I think he was really wanting to show these people a show and be out there and really compete. And I think we saw that. I mean, dude, he was riding really damn good. He stepped it up a whole nother level. He was skipping the whoops. He was having bike problems throughout the whole night.
Yeah, I mean, when we watched that interview that I watched was like, there was something where like I didn't feel great on the bike, and it almost got to a point where he said it felt like unsafe. And they are dealing with a brand new chassis, which is really hard to do. And they're dealing with probably one of the gnarliest, slipperiest, most dangerous feeling tracks that we've seen in a long time because of the heat and the hard pack that was going on. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything about that night was just adversity. And it really seemed like, from that interview that Deegan appreciated the fans and he appreciated everybody spending their money to go see him. And, he wanted to go out for that third moto and put on a show. And sometimes when you do selfless acts, like I wouldn't say selfless, but, he could have quit. He could have
he could have easily just hung it up and be like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to, I don't feel comfortable racing race 3.
Which a lot of guys can and will do on off-season races like this, where if everything's not perfect and they're in a different country on a bike that they're not, comfortable with, on a track they're not comfortable with, why race? The big deal is AMA Supercross. That's where that big paycheck's coming in. And Eli, and Deegan was like, no, dude, I'm going to race this race number 3. And he figured it out. He pushed through it. He used his skills and his talents to really kind of showcase what he can do. And if he's doing that on a bike that he feels unsafe, dude, he was skimming the whoops. That's all. I know it sounds bad, but realistically, that's all I needed to see out of him to be able to be like, okay, this kid can fit. This kid will figure it out. Whether he's like good, bad, indifferent, he will be in the front because he can skip. I mean, dude, he was skimming them with the best of the guys. Tomac, dude, in the last moto, he was skimming them better than Tomac. I'm just going to say it straight up.
And, bro, he had the 2 best guys, I would say, skipping whoops. Like, Craig, when he's riding like that, will literally pass or be one of the best riders in the world skipping whoops. And Kenny, on top of it, with those hard pack whoops, like, Kenny is one of the best guys to skip whoops. It's like none of those guys are getting passed by Jett or Chase skimming whoops.
Maybe at the end of the moto when they're tired, but not in a 12-lap moto.
No, I don't think so. Literally, if Kenny or Christian Craig are skipping whoops, I don't think
on
Chase
point
Sexton
like they were
or Jett are going to pass them through the whoops.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that weekend, the Deegan versus Tomac, what I got out of that situation is Deegan will win championships and be on the podium. There's no question. Like, now in my mind, after Australia, I was like, let's see how he kind of gets a couple weeks.
You mean Buenos Aires?
Yeah, after Buenos Aires, get a couple weeks under your belt. It wasn't, we gave him a C, B plus, you know what I mean? Out of Buenos Aires, which, now we know that he definitely didn't have as much time as he needed on the bike. And now he put in some time, got more comfy on the bike, still wasn't fully comfy, and can go out there and hold off Ken Roczen in a 12-lap sprint, okay, in heat, and then, pass Eli Tomac straight up. And clearly, we know Eli Tomac, that was not 100% Eli Tomac. But there is weekends where Eli Tomac isn't going to be 100%. You don't see a lot of those other guys passing Eli Tomac. No, he passed him for second place. It wasn't for 10th. He didn't pass Tomac for 10th. He passed him for second in a head-to-head battle. I mean, the kid's the real deal. No matter what way you want to put it, he's going to be a star. He's going to win championship. He will battle Jett. Period. No questions asked after this weekend.
I mean, that's saying a lot.
Do you disagree with me after watching this weekend? Do you disagree?
No, but I honestly, I had confidence in him way before Buenos Aires, just because his attitude and how he looks at it and his never give up fucking dog mentality of being able to get shit done when it's not really going his way.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's put it this way. We know I believed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not even a question. I'm the Deegan fan.
I don't think anybody had a question.
Yeah, but it solidified it.
Yeah, but what I seen today is that he's gonna be ready to go this outdoor season in 2026 is what I seen.
Oh yeah, he'll be on the podium.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If Yamaha can make sure he has a good bike and a competitive motorcycle, like he's gonna figure it out.
Yep.
For sure. There's definitely some rookie moments that he's getting out the window.
Did you? Well, like, I mean, that's what he was blaming it. He was blaming it on the bike. So I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how you blame a washed front end because you went in too aggressive and you were looking behind you on the bike, but
I know. I love how Ralph Shaheen during the broadcast is like talking about him like that's some shit my dad would say. You know what I mean? Like Ralph's like the dad of WSX. Like, bro, I told you.
Everybody that has raced a motorcycle knows you should not rubberneck and fucking look behind you.
Yeah, but bro, who did he have? He had Savatgy, Anderson, who he just hit, and Tomac, like literally right behind him. And my guy's thinking he's on the 250, like they're gonna play tit for tat. No, dog, they would just leave you in the dust, laying there on the ground. They're not gonna square you up and be nice and shit. They're just gonna blow your front wheel out and keep going. Like you were just happened to be in their way and shit. Instead, he blew his own front wheel out.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's funny. I mean, live and learn. What a better situation to be in. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. That rolls into kind of something that I like that Deegan, Brian Deegan said. I don't know where I heard this. It was somewhere on a broadcast or interview from the weekend, but he said that, you know, one of the big things he learned from Hailie Deegan's career was that take your time. You know, he said that they jumped into NASCAR a little too quick with Hailie and Hailie Deegan, his daughter, and they just kind of rushed that program. And one of the big things he said is just, we are going to take our time, whatever that means. And I think that is a really, really good plan. You know, he is 20 years old. Don't rush him up to that 450 just because he looks good. What is it going to do? You know what I mean? He could win another 500 grand on the 250, get a little bit more experience if he does everything right and he doesn't get hurt and all that stuff, and then go to the 450.
I mean, I think he was more talking about expectation because there is a timeline on his 450 no matter what.
Yeah, but I think they were more talking about the expectation of people thinking that he's going to actually jump onto a 450 at A1. Like, no. I even mentioned it. I knew it was like the longest of long shots, you know, but like still shut that shit down.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Come on, guys.
Yeah, which is totally fine. We're going to see him. It's going to be right around the corner. It's going to be 6 months, and who knows what's going to happen, and we're going to see him ripping on 450.
And on an actual logical point of view, have fucking Justin Cooper and Cooper Webb figure out this new chassis, have a whole new year on it, get that thing fucking dialed in with a whole bunch of data for next year, and then come on a fucking sweet ass 450 that's basically going to be dialed in, and all you got to figure out is suspension.
Yeah, because clearly Cooper Webb looked fucking pissed off after race 3. He looked like he is not happy with the bike right now.
Yeah, because what was it? Race 1. Oh no, race 2. He won.
Yep. And then race 1, he did. And
race 1, he got 4th. And then race 3, he was not good. He was 6th.
Yeah. And Cooper Webb.
So, but when you say that though, historically, worst type of track for Cooper Webb is a fast, hard pack track.
Yep. And as we're going to get into, KTM. That bike sucks on hard pack.
How is that a segue for Cooper Webb?
It's not. It's not at all. There's no segue into Cooper Webb. Are we going to keep talking about Cooper Webb?
I mean, he is the 2025 Supercross champion.
Fuck, I already forgot.
He's going to be running a fucking number 1 plate at A1, bro.
Dude, we're talking about
Jett.
Oh.
Hey, not Jett, not Eli, not Kenny, not Chase,
wow,
not Hunter.
Wow.
Cooper Webb is fucking going to be running the number 1 plate next year. So, yeah, we got to talk to him about fucking, because he's a Supercross champion and he's a 3-time Supercross champion. So, yeah, we're going to talk about him a little bit because now we're 1 day away from December, and the next episode is going to be our SX predictions because we like jumping that ship early.
We do like jumping that ship early. But we still have 2 rounds of WSX here. We still got 2 weekends of WSX.
Bro, Kenny's not going to be in there. Cooper Webb's not going to be in there.
I know. It's going to be tough. Justin Cooper, is he going to race
Colt Nichols?
More? Oh, yeah. Colt Nichols will be in. But either way, one thing we do know about Cooper Webb is that one, he definitely takes his off seasons off. I mean, if there's one guy we see that's kind of like Chad Reed, me, you, fucking Cooper Webb, there's a few LBs. There's a few LBs that get packed on. He didn't look as fit as he does in Supercross, and he will without a doubt be more fit at A1. I mean, he definitely looks just, 2% bigger than he does in Supercross.
But I don't think fitness was his issue whatsoever this round.
No. I think
the lack of starts and the lack of speed.
Yeah, which we always talk about with Cooper.
And the lack of skipping whoops.
Well, I was going to say this about Cooper. He did actually go back to skipping in Moto 3. He was jumping and then he went back to skipping. So I was actually really impressed with that. It was like, okay, the 2025 Supercross champion, he knows what he's doing. He's just having some struggles right now. Obviously, like you said, he doesn't do as good in those hard pack conditions. I was expecting a little more.
It's also a fast track where you're railing the outsides and stuff like that.
I was expecting more, though, after him getting to go over to Paris and race that Supercross and already kind of being there and probably just flying down to Australia and being on the road. I would think he would be a little more acclimated and ready to go.
I don't know. Those races are tough because you don't know really where they're at with the bike and stuff like that. And like Ian Harrison said, and like we're going to get into a little bit later, is this: you don't have a lot of options when you're there.
Yeah.
So you're setting up your bike, you're setting up tires, and then you're just really sending it, and then you got what you got when you're there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's talk about you got what you got. You know what we got? We got Track Talkers hats right here.
How do I get one, dude?
You know how you're going to get one? You're going to go on to Let Me Ride website. We're going to have it all linked below. These are going to go live up today when the podcast...
Monday.
Yep, Monday when the podcast is live for you guys. These Track Talkers hats will be on letmerideshop.com. Get yours. We only have a limited amount, and you'll get them before Christmas. I think we only made a few of the black ones and a few of the ones that Ty has on. So make sure you get those and dial it in for Christmas and be ready for A1. Speaking of being ready for A1, Uncle Ty, KTM and Eli Tomac are not ready for A1. Do we want to talk about what Ian Harrison? Do we want to talk about what Ian Harrison said in the KTM interview, or do we want to let's just go over Eli Tomac's bike and your thoughts of, where they're at, because it looked really good in Canada on the softer terrain. It looked like they stiffened it up. They got it to where it was definitely working better. It wasn't perfect, but it was working better. But I could tell that he did not have the rear wheel traction that he needed and wanted out of that KTM this weekend in Australia.
Well, a couple things I learned from that Vital interview with Ian Harrison was he was running the paddle the whole entire time. What is absolutely insane to me. And then on top of it all,
which is,
I know he likes to ride a higher rear end, so that's going to put more pressure on the rear wheel. And when you put more pressure on the rear wheel on a hard pack track that you want to finesse and have good feel, you might have good feel, but it's also going to put a lot of weight to that rear tire. So it's going to push that tire more and it's going to make it more slippery. And
you think by having a taller rear end, it's going to put more traction on the rear wheel?
No, it's not going to put more traction. It's going to put more pressure.
Explain that to me, because that don't make no sense to me.
Because look when you're on hard pack, your tire can only withstand as much weight as it can until it starts sliding.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So when you put more weight, more pressure, and more spring to that rear wheel, what is that tire going to want to do?
Yeah, I get
especially higher up on the stroke.
Dude, I get
stroke. It's going to be a softer feel because you're going to be in the meteor of the suspension.
No, I disagree with you. This is my and tell me if I'm wrong. If you heighten up the rear, you're putting more pressure on the front. The way that the actual frame is built, it lifts the pressure off the rear of the bike and makes it more weighted towards the front. And that's why his front end is always looking soft when his rear end's like it doesn't work. And that's what I think one of the big things is the problem is he wants to run that tall rear end with that paddle tire, and he's taking the weight off the rear end and putting it on the front end. But if you don't have the traction of the rear wheel by the length of the chain or, the length of what you're doing with the sprocket and all that stuff, you're not going to create traction down on that rear wheel. And right now you can tell with that WP shock and the way that KTM sits in the back, it's really crunched. Like it just looks like bound up to me all the time, the way that rear shock works on that frame. And he's not getting the squat from that Yamaha that he got, because the Yamaha, when it was all nice and tall like that, he would get the squat out of the shock. Like they had that thing so dialed in because they got the height with the squat, like that initial squat, it had this real spongy feel at the top that Eli Tomac really likes. And on the KTM, you can't make it that tall. The bike just doesn't do the same thing as the Yamaha does. And he's trying to get that same thing out of it. But that KTM is so rigid and stiff from that steel frame over the years progressing that it's just not giving him the traction up at the top. And if you guys want a really good look, I'm going to give a shout out right now. Ben _Watton, WHATTON, gives a really good look of how much Tomac was struggling with that rear tire. I mean, it's on Instagram and you can see, Ty, you should check it out too. You can see he just comes off the triple face, almost loses it on the triple face. His foot's off the fucking side of the bike. And then he comes into the corner, does the little double and completely washes out the rear end and does a 360. I mean,
yeah, when he lost his side knobs right there, because they had a front view of it on the broadcast, and you could just totally tell he was not comfortable with the side knobbies at all.
There wasn't anything there. That's the reason he wasn't comfortable, Yeah,
but I'm in under belief like his shock was just way too stiff and it just had way too much traction. I mean, but
dude,
not enough. Not a lot of traction. There wasn't too much traction.
Yes. And one of the things that KTM is always fucking known for is like that slow rebound look. And when you have really
that super, super dead feet look. And when you have that and you don't have any action, your bike sucks in hard pack.
Sucks. I mean, bad. And when you're Eli Tomac and you're on working,
if you've ever messed around with suspension and done like turn your is it your high speed all the way in where you make your shock super dead and ride it, bro? If you're ever on like a hard pack track, dude, your fucking bike is like it's like you're on an ice rink.
Yeah, I mean, Ty, if you just go underneath your shock and take your rebound and turn it all the way the fuck hard. And then turn your fucking high speed all the way stiff. And you will just be able to flat track the fuck out of your bike. I mean,
thing will be fucking like fishtailing everywhere.
Yeah, it won't come up, but I don't know. The high speed might help it stay up, but the rebound will just keep it tied to the ground. It won't
buck you, that's for sure.
Yeah, it ain't gonna buck you ever, but you will have zero traction. And to me, it just looked like Eli Tomac had none in the rear. And that's why he was struggling with the whoops. The one thing that I learned about whoops, and I learned this from Clark Jones at No Lean, is, dude, if you don't have traction, you can't get through the whoops. If your rear tire is spinning and you don't have the traction you need, you are fucked. If you have no forward drive in the whoops, everything that you calculated completely changes because you'll spin and you just won't get, like, imagine thinking you're going to go forward. It's almost like you're clicking neutral if you don't have traction in the whoops, in a way. You just spin and then
your bike deflects off of every edge.
Yes. So, I mean, Eli Tomac was definitely struggling, and now everybody also knows his weakness too.
I don't think
not his weakness. I shouldn't say. I should say KTM's weakness.
Yeah, but that's where I was also thinking on my drive down or my drive today. I just got done fucking hunting in Montana and I killed a deer. So, but I thought a long ass drive. But what I was thinking about today, I was like, dude, for these guys that are doing World Supercross right now and having, real life race scenarios that you literally can't get out of and you just have to figure out your bike and ride through it.
Yeah.
Is such a big,
help in learning and advantage.
Yes. It's like a hill that you're climbing before the series even starts that you were going to climb anyways, but you're not doing it in season when it actually counts.
Yeah. And too, the thing that I like as well is that WSX is building fucking full-blown SX tracks. These things are gnarly. They are not like, kind of off-season Supercross. This is not
this
OzX.
Is full in-season Supercross right now.
Yeah, this is not toned-down OzX, semi-Supercross, which, don't get me wrong, this is not bad.
Full-on, 12 whoop section.
Far apart AF, no rules. Just let the big dog eat. What do you guys want to build that's gnarly?
Yes.
So, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely going back to it, there's definitely some struggles with Eli Tomac or I shouldn't say that. There's definitely some struggles with the bike. Clearly. Eli Tomac can win. He showed it in Canada. He showed he can win on the bike. But once again, KTM has to go to work and get some traction to the rear wheel of that bike and get the bike more catered to Eli Tomac.
What I would think is actually, we're talking about a factory team here. And let's just put this in your scenario, Addy. What do you think on the percentage pie if he had a spec rear tire compared to the paddle that he was running? How much better do you think his bike would work? Just by the tire change, not even changing suspension.
You're going to disagree with me, but I'd say only 5%. Because the paddle, I know that sounds weird, but the paddle should have helped him in the whoops with the straight line traction. But the side, even if those whoops were blue groove, because I didn't even really see if the whoops were blue groove, that would be a different story. But either way, no matter what, that's more than a tire. It's more than a tire. And if KTM,
I know it's more than a tire, but a tire would.
It would have helped. I'd have said
a lot.
I'd have gave it 5%, 5 to 8% is what I would have gave a tire. Because I've had that spec paddle on, and it's pretty good on the side. I definitely
it was definitely a lot better when I last ran it, for sure.
Yeah, depending on which one, because I don't know if you guys know this, but there's 4 different versions of a sand spec tire. So if Eli Tomac was running the single scoop with the softer carcass,
the extra thick sidewall or the extra thin, or the lighter one.
Yeah, softer carcass, thicker sidewall, softer side knob, harder center knob. So he could have been running the wrong combination and just sent that with him. Either way, no matter what, I'd give it about 5 to 8% better the bike would have been, which can be a lot some nights. You know what I mean? It definitely can be. Do I think it would have improved him enough to see the domination that we seen in Canada? No, I do not. I do not think it would have been that good.
To add on, I don't think Eli Tomac is there with the bike yet to change sag mid-race. I think he was just let's just leave it where it's at. I don't want to race on something super unknown because, and then go from there.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's break down the Ian Harrison interview just a little bit. What were some of the tidbits? I think one of the big tidbits was, for me was we didn't bring extra tires. We didn't have the options of changing anything really. You know, that
Parts.
was like, changing any parts or doing suspension.
And I think what Ian Harrison wanted to say there, or to kind of, I don't know, layman's terms, basically, they didn't have the option to put a full new set of suspension on Eli Tomac's bike like they would have in a Supercross race.
Yeah.
They would have had a B setup, not like a B setup, just a different complete set of different suspension that they could have revalved, resprung to what they thought that could have worked better.
Yeah, they would have had setting 1, setting 2, setting 3.
Yes.
You know, just like they have over at Suzuki and all that shit. Like they have, they have like,
everybody has different sets of suspension that they literally can just, all right, let's try this, bolt on this whole new set of suspension.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the third tidbit on just like, are we keeping it World Supercross and on how it was, they were just collecting data for hard packed, slippery tracks.
Yep.
And that the data they had at Vancouver was pretty good from just from start off the get.
Yeah. He pretty much said that, you know, they collected a lot of good data for Seattle and for some other events that were going to be similar to that. And then this weekend, you know, they learned a lot. Salt Lake City, Denver, tracks like that they're going to learn from.
Hey, I had a question. How much do you think they're changing bike setup like week to week? Because we always see those interviews when people are dialed in, they're like, oh, I'm just going to change a clicker here, clicker there. Do you think they're only changing like a clicker there, clicker here and there when they have the data for the track? Or do you think they just have a general setup where it's going to just be really comfortable for them and they're only going to be changing it a clicker there, clicker here over like a course of a season or a course of like 3 or 4 rounds?
Well, this is what I know, and I want you to comment on this too, Ty, as well, is like once I found a setting that was good on something in particular, I would just tell them for a hard pack track or a softer track, go stiffer or softer on that setting. And the reason that I kind of did that, and like that could be
like stiffer and softer on like spring or valving or what?
Just like stiffer or softer, like even oil, or just a little stiffer, like all the way across, but the same valving. And the reason
same valve stack. So when you found a valve stack that you liked,
and the reason
you would stay in that direction, you stay in that like range.
Yes. And the reason that I say that, and I really believe that these top guys do that, is because as motocross and supercross riders, our job is to translate traction. I also learned this from Clark Jones, and it made so much sense, is to translate tractions from 2 points on our motorcycle. It's from under the front wheel and under the rear wheel. Those are the only 2 points of the motorcycle that are actually touching the ground. And our job as professionals is to translate traction under those front wheel and the rear wheel. That's it. That's all we do. And so, you know, after we learn the motorcycle, after we learn the chassis, we learn how it reacts, we get comfortable with our bar setup, we get comfortable with our seat setup, everything that's underneath of us, and we know that setup and suspension setup very, very well. We don't want to stray too far from that setup because you know what the bike's going to do. You know, it could be good for this particular setup, it could be bad, but regardless, you know how the bike is going to react in that situation. So now you're just going, okay, what do I have to do to react to this situation? Where if you change a whole new setting and a whole new formula, now you don't necessarily know how the bike is going to react. You don't know what it's going to do. You don't know how it's going to spit you on this particular kicker or this jump or whatever that might be. So, you know, you get a setting that's really good, and then you stick with that for a long time. And then once you've learned that setup for a very long time, and you really know the chassis, you really know the bike, you really know that setup, then you can go, okay, I want this over here. Because what happens, and like we've talked about, Ty, with dirt bikes all the time, is there's a yin to the yang. It's always, if there's a good side, there's a bad side. 99.99999% of the time when you're racing a dirt bike and you're doing some kind of setup change, it's going to fuck something up on the other side of whatever it makes better. So you really,
and that's because Supercross is so drastic and you're running such a rigid setup. You have one part of the track that's literally skipping the whoops, where you're literally trying to skip obstacles and stay on top of them. And you're using all the suspension and a certain part of the suspension. And then you also want the fucking thing to turn.
yes,
Where in the whoops, you don't want it to turn. You want that thing to go dead straight. And that's all you want the bike to do is just go dead straight in a very rough section of the track. And then in the corners, when you hit the bumps, you want it to feel comfortable and you want it to turn.
Yep.
So
that's how I talk to my suspension guy too.
So yeah, it's kind of fucking hard to set up a motorcycle in Supercross.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But
Yeah.
the moral of the story is that, you know, you want to get a setting that you think is going to be good for you in these particular sections and on these tracks, which Eli Tomac, obviously, the what do you want to call it? The ground zero setup for him is a high rear end, tall rear end, little
His base.
Yes, his base. Thank you. I couldn't fucking think of the word. His base is a tall rear end with a little softer front setup, and he'll ride the bike a little bit more, on the front of the bike. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
then he'll adjust his riding style from there.
Exactly. And that's where Eli Tomac is kind of like, okay, I know this is what I want. And so if the bike, if the track is a little slippery, the bike's probably going to feel a little taller because the ground underneath of them is a little more hard packed. So it's going to let the bike sit up taller. So that day he might have to lower the rear end to get back to that base setup. If the track's really sticky, it's going to weigh the bike down. It's going to feel low in that rear because it's going to hold that rear end down a little bit. And then he's going to have to heighten that rear up just a little bit to get it back to where it's kind of sitting in that right spot. And if you can get Eli Tomac at that base where he's feeling like, okay, I have the traction, I have everything I need, I have the balance of the bike at ground zero or at the base setup, then let's go from here. And right now, he just doesn't know how to get there really, really quickly on that KTM.
And you know what's so funny is like, we're talking like this, it's like super simple, like it's just this one thing. But then on top of it, then we could change like an ECU setting. And then we can change, we can change fucking, the throttle cam to fucking make it bigger, to have the throttle delivery.
Yeah, you can change the
it's like
stiffness of the bar triple clamps.
Yeah, like
which all makes a difference.
Hangers, where we can get the
bottom and top.
Yeah, where we can get the chassis more compliant.
I mean, so dude, like, Ty was amateur days. Ty was changing stiffnesses of swing arm bolts.
I was
stiff.
That shit was huge. I was running a Kawasaki swing arm bolt because the casing of the swing arm bolt was like extra thin. It was aluminum bolt, and it made my bike feel so much more comfortable on fucking chattered.
Yeah, and too, like, you guys don't realize how much of a difference is your bike, how much traction you get from the sprocket being all the way forward versus all the way back. Yeah, you get the stability and the softness and the leverage on the shock that's going to make it feel softer when the rear sprocket's all the way to the back. But shortening up the wheelbase, you get so much more instant traction coming off the rear end of the bike when the sprocket is all the way forward in the little things, the little axles put all the way forward. Oh, dude,
that shit used to drive me nuts when fucking dad would cut my chain too tight. I'm like, bro, I can't even fucking ride the bike like this, dude. Go buy me a new chain and we're going to rack that thing all the way back.
I know Ty loved it all the way back, but Clark Jones made me.
Yeah,
dude,
dog.
Clark Jones made me run it almost all the way forward.
Yeah, but you're on a Suzuki, dude.
Yeah, that's true. And
my wheelbase was a lot shorter than yours.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that because Jorge Prado's in that exact situation right now.
We're a little telepathic, bro, because I was going to go Jorge Prado too, because that was probably the biggest part of the interview. It was the last part where Ian Harrison said that Jorge Pardo just needs the log laps.
We found out
and need to do about 60 to 80 laps a day. And
if
someone wants to figure out how many 60 or 80 laps a day is, just go try to do 60 or 80 laps at your outdoor track. And trust me, I know you might be thinking, oh, Supercross laps are only 52 seconds. No, it's going to be about the same energy level for you, bud. So,
yeah.
It's a lot of laps.
The other thing that Ian
should be doing that already, and it sounds like he wasn't doing that, and he was just some test guy at Kawasaki. And I don't know if that was Jorge Pardo driven or team driven. So we're just going to be speculating on that whole entire situation.
Yeah. So what Ian Harrison said is they found out that he didn't get very many laps on the bike before Supercross. And that really concerned him.
I believe he was coming off an injury, right?
I don't know.
No, he was hurt last year, right?
He could have been. No matter what way you put it, it doesn't matter if it's Cowie's fault. It doesn't matter if it's Jorge Prado's fault. Does not matter. He didn't have enough time on that bike to learn that bike, and then he got thrown into it, and it was just too much chaos. It was totally a bad situation. What Ian Harrison is doing as a team manager right now, not making him, but dude, this is what you need to do, is the exact right thing he has to do. He has to learn the motorcycle before you can say, hey, I want to change this or this. And you could say, oh, he's been on a KTM and a gas, all these. No, motherfucker, he hasn't. He hasn't been on a KTM with Supercross suspension. It completely changes the motorcycle. Completely changes. The Suzuki.
I don't even think he has a good feel for what Supercross suspension is supposed to be.
No, the Suzuki was, I'm not kidding you, the best Supercross bike I could ask for. It was better than my Honda. It was the best Supercross bike I could ask for. Now, outdoor, I didn't get the setup. I liked my Honda way, way better outdoors. Supercross, no questions asked. My Suzuki was the best bike that I could ask for Supercross.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, dude. If you don't get the laps and you don't figure it out, you're never going to really know that shit.
Well, and what the laps are going to do is going to create feel. And
he's going to find his window of traction. And he's going to narrow it down.
He's going to find himself. When you're doing 60 or 8 laps a day, you're going to find something. And if you don't find something, you're doing them wrong. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, you know who told me that? When I just started to turn the corner when I found that out. Weston Pike was like, dude, if you ain't doing 60 laps a day on Supercross preseason, you ain't getting it done, bro. You ain't doing enough laps. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I could not believe it. And I started doing it, dude. Sure enough, it was the start of the best years of my Supercross. And then I got fucked up.
Addy, we knew about the 60 laps a day way before you talked to West. And that's for damn sure.
Dude, I didn't. You might have known. I didn't.
When we were training with Kenny at Castillo's, that motherfucker would be doing 320s like it was fucking clockwork.
I did not think that was normal, dog. Did you think that shit was normal? Kenny was doing, I shit you guys not, when we were training with Kenny on the fucking Soaring Eagles Suzuki, that motherfucker.
No, he was on Honda.
Whatever. I remember all kinds of different ones. He did he was doing 25 lap, 30 lap motos, clicking them off like they were nothing.
This was before his injury.
Yes.
And he was still doing it after his injury, but I felt like before his injury, he was just like, that shit was like, he would just wake up and just get ready and then take like 1 or 2 fucking laps and be like, all right, track slippery. All right, well, it's going to be good after this 30 laps.
And then I seen my boy slam a Habit burger afterwards too. He'd get a Habit burger with some fries and not even give a fuck, dude. Kenny's built.
When you're doing 60 laps a day, bro, you need some calories, dog.
Dude, and two, on top of it, I think I saw him drink a Red Bull in the middle of the motos. I'm not even kidding, dude. Kenny is built different.
Hey, tell me something I don't know, bro.
Oh, man. Well, you know who else is built different? Our sponsors on the show. If you haven't bought a Twisted Tea and you're over 21, you are fucking up. Dirt Trick Sprockets. Go to dirttricksprocketsusa.com and get the best sprockets in the game. Ty 300 hours you can go on this sprocket. That is way more than your...
Hey, it could be even more. They don't even know yet.
They don't even know. Nobody even knows the longevity of a Dirt Trick sprocket. And they have some new sick colors. There's like a matte black and a raw steel that's totally bitching.
Oh.
Stan Benson Racing out of Bakersfield. Shout out to my boy Kean Majors going out to Gator back at the Florida Nationals Mini O's and whooping that ass. He's going to be in Arizona. Everybody wish him big luck. A Churbis USA. A Churbis. Go to churbis.com right now and get the best fitting plastics and the best looking plastics in the game. California.
And the best looking handguards.
Ooh, handguards to the max.
Hey, no cap, dog.
No cap. California Coast Plumbing. Do you guys have any plumbing needs down in Anaheim, California? You better call the best. California Coast Plumbing. X-Brand goggles. If you wear X-Brand, you will win. Best goggles in the game. If you don't got them, dude, you're messing up. They look super sick, too. I got them right there. I wore them.
Super sick.
Dude, I wore them the other day.
I saw the Thanksgiving ride, dude. Was it lit?
No, it wasn't.
Why?
Because I did more catering to little Adam than I did riding. I literally
that's dad life.
I got all geared up, was on my bike, about ready to rip a couple laps, did 3 laps on the sand track, and then
got little arm pump and was like, oh,
no,
bro,
little Adam was
little
like,
bro needs me.
Little Adam was like, Dad, come on, dude, let's ride. Because he's riding the big track now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Little Adam's riding the big track. So I was like, dude, all right, bro, let's go. And then he did a no-footer on the tabletop. Like, bro,
boy's going to be the next Deegan.
3 years old. And he said, Dad, watch this. I'm going to do a no-footer. And he did it. I mean, it wasn't a good no-footer, but he got his feet off and like out a little bit.
Did he put it back on or
yes.
He just totally nut slammed?
No, he put him back on. He took him off and put him back on, dude. Took him off and put him back on.
I doubt it, dude. He totally nut slammed the seat.
No, he didn't. I promise you. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was only like maybe 12 inches of air. You know, it was the second tabletop in the long tabletop section.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he just burned out wide open and on green. We're on green now, son. Come on.
Are we using the handbrake yet?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we use the handbrake.
Does he have a foot brake?
No, he has no foot brake. 2 handbrakes. 2 handbrakes. Rear little gas EE2. You know who doesn't use brakes? Joey Savatgy when he T-bones his teammates. I mean, what the bro, he just blast. I mean, I get that there's a quad coming into the corner and he like couldn't fully slow down, but he just teed him up. I mean, you know what's funny is like I should have known in the air when he was jumping the quad that I'm like, this is not going to work out. Because if you didn't have the turn to slow down, you weren't going to slow down. You know what I mean? I think Joey Savatgy just seen red when Christian Craig passed him. Like, why is this guy passing me? And he just went for the quad, not even thinking, and just teed him up and was.
Do you think he thought Christian was going to go for the quad?
Why wouldn't you?
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, if you thought that guy...
Okay, so he would have just landed on him? It'd have been worse.
I mean, bro, all I can say was Joey was committed to the pack, bro.
That's some shit. That's some shit you say when you know you teed the other guy up on purpose. You know you teed the other guy up on purpose.
Bro. He wanted it.
Bro,
okay?
he was committed. That's like your read, bro. So about the pass with Christian Craig and Savatgy, you know, as a team manager, as a team owner, I do want my riders to, you know, push the limits and be in the best position possible at all times. And, you know, Joey Savatgy was committed to making that pass. He was on the inside. He did everything right. He got into the quad just a tiny bit long, couldn't put on the brakes as much as he wanted to. And he, you know, he got collected with Christian Craig, you know, and if we need to apologize for racing, well, I don't know what we're doing here at WSX. You know, it's like Joey Savatgy, my rider, was out there doing exactly what he needed to do. And, you know, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Hey, just like that. Just like that.
Okay, so does Joey Savatgy and Christian Craig have beef now?
I would say they had beef before that. I'm just saying now it's like definitely stamped.
I mean, yeah. I don't even know.
I mean, because
you want to know some interesting shit.
I mean, those guys are going to have beefs throughout the whole entire Supercross season, bro.
Here's some interesting shit that I seen. So Active Ride was PMG Suzuki's suspension company. You remember that?
Yes.
Okay, and then they switched to REP. Well, you know how Christian Craig and Savatgy have been doing better?
Mm-hmm.
You know who their suspension guy is now?
Active Ride.
Active Ride. They took he was the one that received the trophy on the podium for the Quadlock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because Urive and Davalos weren't there.
Oh.
So that could be a big contributing factor to the success of, you know, the three of those guys.
I mean,
I don't know how recent that was. We could, you know what I mean? I could be off on the recency of that, if that's a word. I don't know if recency is a word, but whatever, fuck it.
Whatever.
But yeah, Active Ride is now the suspension guy over at Quadlock Honda. Thought that was
I'm interested. I'm honestly, Quadlock Honda I think is a sleeper team, dude. They could do pretty good.
Sleeper? Motherfucker, Joey Savatgy pole positioned. Shane McElrath did really good at OzX and turned it around this weekend. Okay. Mm-hmm. Christian Craig won the last moto at WSX on Eli Tomac, Ken Roczen, Haiden Deegan, Jason Anderson, Cooper Webb. Okay.
Yep.
In Australia, Dean Wilson just wrapped up the Australian Supercross Championship for Quadlock Honda. This is a sleeper team?
In Australia, it is the team. But when you come over in the USA, US of A, sleeper team.
I guess you're right. Because, I mean, they're not going to beat Jett and Hunter.
You know what I'm saying? So you are the secondary Honda team.
I don't know if I'd call them a sleeper team necessarily.
Bro,
underdog team, maybe.
If you're a privateer team and you can...
That's not a privateer team, bro.
If you're... Hey, I mean, they probably have a lot of Honda support for sure and probably some factory parts, but not a full factory effort.
Yeah. Okay, so who do you think is the best secondary factory team in the paddock? Either Quadlock... No, PMG... I'd say PMG and then Quadlock, right?
PMG is factory, bro. There is no other Suzuki team.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so who's the... I mean, it's Quadlock, right? Who's even close?
Quadlock.
Yeah, but who's even close to Quadlock? Like, are you saying...
There's a big gap between Quadlock and then Bubba Pauly's Kawasaki team.
No, but like you're talking about like, what's the team that Lux Turner just got on? The Yamaha team.
Oh,
Toyota Redlands? Bar X. Because that's the same category, supposedly. And Bar X is going to be pretty far off than that.
I don't know. Bar X is going to be in top 5 of the 250 class, though.
Yeah, but not 450. I mean, when you get a guy that pole positions the 450 class.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to be talking about Christian Craig and Joey Savatgy maybe, you know, getting a few podiums in the Supercross season.
Yeah.
That's pretty gnarly,
dude.
I mean, when we write out this list and do this Supercross pre-show in a couple weeks, bro, it's gonna be insane.
Okay, let's talk about this. Christian Craig talking shit to his old team and people. He said to to the old teams that didn't believe in me, and to the people that I thought were my close friends that I found out who weren't, and to all the haters, this one's for you.
Dude,
was he speaking directly to me or what, dude?
I know a lot of fans were probably like, oh my God, that's so fucked up. But like,
yeah.
But I mean, for everybody that knows and everybody that watches Supercross, and even one of my friends told me today, they're like, dude, I'm just sick of fucking Christian Craig making excuses and doing the poor me story, you know?
Dude, well, when you have a story like Christian Craig, how the fuck can you not help but to do poor me? I mean, the guy's been through so much shit.
Yeah, but he's also had opportunity after opportunity. The kid has so much talent, and he can be good when he's comfortable.
Yeah.
But literally, we're talking about the last time he won his championship was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I want to speak.
And that was a 250 championship, and then he went to Husky, literally didn't do anything, and got through that whole elbow thing and got the whole fucked up situation.
Yeah.
And then, tried to reinvent himself on the Star Yamaha, where Star kind of made a spot for him, but kind of seemed like they were kind of forced to somehow. And Christian didn't feel comfortable and apparently didn't feel wanted on that team. And now he, reinvented himself as good and now found his lane with a bike that he's really comfortable on. And now you get to see how much talent the kid has.
Yeah. Christian Craig, dude.
Keep it going, bro. Stay healthy and fucking keep on ripping.
I'm speaking directly to you, okay? I'm speaking directly to Christian Craig right now, okay? You want to know why everybody fucking was talking shit and hating on you and just was hard on you? Motherfucker, because we love you, dog, and we know how much potential that you have that you haven't been living up to. We know it, bro. We know it in our heart. Christian, we all love you. We love your family. We love watching the Christian Craig YouTube channel. We love seeing your wife at the races and all your kids. We freaking love you, dude. But you know what we don't love? We don't love watching you suck. We want to see you do good. And we are fucking so proud of you right now, dude. I almost teared up when I saw him on the podium, him tearing up. And I've talked some shit on Christian Craig because we know his potential. We know how good it is. Bro, we seen him on the 250 on the Yamaha. Did we not?
Hey, he was ripping.
We seen you.
And he's ripping right now.
We seen you race outdoors and just be blistering fast. We know what you can do. And for some reason, we haven't been seeing it. And we're so happy and proud of you. We're like Deegan, bro. We're like proud sons, dude, and you're the dad. You know what I mean? Christian, dude, we love you. We hate on you because we see your potential that you haven't been living up to. And you just brought that shit to light. And you found your spot on Quadlock Honda. And now take that shit and run with it, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Right, Uncle Ty?
Hey, hell yeah. Hey, just take that shit and run with it.
Bro, it's the truth, though. I don't know what to tell you. Is there any more to say about Christian Craig?
No.
All right.
He needs to take that shit in. Run with it.
Come on. Let's go, baby. Ken Roczen proves he's a contender for 2026. Say enough. Next. Bye, bye, bye.
Say enough. Next.
Jason Anderson. Dude, he had a bike problem. Clearly. He came in, he doubled in, he nose hide and then stopped, looked back, was watching out for people. Somebody hit him, and then he was trying to kick his bike on the side of the track and nothing doing. So,
do you think there was a fuel issue? How hot was it?
There could have been. There damn well could have been. Because did you notice how Deegan and Cooper Webb both complained that their fuel wasn't right?
And then I saw that Eli Tomac's bike stall after the finish line.
Did you see that? I didn't want to say anything. Did you see the shit we were complaining about with Chase on how you stall a KTM and then Eli Tomac?
And then he stalled. I was like, oh,
I see that shit right there.
Yeah.
Chase Sexton. Chase, where you at, dog? That shit happened again.
Yeah.
Chase sitting on the couch like, yeah, motherfucker, I told you that shit wasn't me. Oh, I mean, right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That was the first thought in my mind was like, all those motherfuckers said that shit was Chase Sexton. How do you stall it? No, motherfucker, that ain't Chase.
He did that with a cable clutch too.
True. He did. Damn, that's a good point.
Yeah, that was a true, bro.
Come on. Ty dropping truth bombs from the very beginning of this episode. Max Anstie. Undefeated. I mean, dude, I don't know what else to say, bro. It's a race for second. He looks like he's playing with him on the GSM Yamaha.
And then he gets on the podium. I just like everybody thinking back at Cairo, Georgia. And Star
Bro,
Racing
everybody's been
Yamaha.
working so hard at my bike on Star. Like, it's been so cool. Bobby's really giving me, like, such a great bike. And Star Yamaha, all the people just helping me out on the weekends. You know, all my flights, everything's been taken care of through Star Yamaha. And, you know, Star Yamaha has really backed me. And Star Yamaha is great. Thanks, GSM. Like, is right?
Yeah.
I just... Like, we can't even get GSM graphics.
We found a lot. Hey, we found a little like Yamaha loophole or something.
Like, we couldn't even get like, is there a GSM? I haven't seen his bike, but like GSM graphic
either.
Like, we couldn't even get some GSM Thor gear.
I think GSM was just like, fuck it.
Like, I wonder if they're trading for like Yamaha 250 information or something. Like, bro, if you give us your motor package or
what's like, no, hell no.
Like, bro, they're in a different country, maybe.
Doubt it, bro.
You give me one fork off Max Anstie's bike, it's a deal. Oh, that's funny.
That's a hard no right there, even.
Bobby Reagan. Oh, I can't even imagine his conversation with those GSM guys. Hey, Al, you gonna do this shit or what? We want Max to win a championship. GSM, what's the deal, bro? How much do I got to pay to get this done? Right?
I mean, I wouldn't even say that.
How do you think it went down? Give me the scenarios. Play it out for me.
World Supercross calls GSM, be like, hey, Max is going to be on your team. He's going to be running a Star Racing Yamaha. And he's going to be on the sign-up sheet as a GSM, but it's going to be a Star Racing Yamaha. You cool with that? Do I have a choice? No, you don't. But Max is going to be underneath your tent. All right, cool. I'll see you.
We'll have a spot for him.
Yeah.
We'll have a sign, everything ready to go.
He's going to have Star Racing Yamaha flyers.
Dude, imagine how confused the fans are that don't know what's...
On the entry seat, he's going to be Max Anstie GSR Yamaha.
GSM, by the way.
GSM, sorry.
How confused do you think the fans are that don't like watch American Supercross? Like, they got to be just like, what in the heck's going on?
Dude, they just see Max Anstie and see number 99 and be like, dude, that guy's fast.
Literally. All right. Which series right now? I mean, we know which series, but OzX Open versus WSX. I mean, that's really what we got going on, right?
Bro, when I was watching World Supercross this last weekend, I was so into it that it felt like a legit Monster Energy Supercross round.
It felt no different. It felt like
it was chaotic.
The hype was there.
The competition level was there. The chaos was there.
Not in the 250, but the 450.
Shit was happening, across the track. The intensity was up.
It was fire.
I don't know. I know the heat was turned up out there, and the heat was turned up on the track, too.
It was, dude. Did you see all those guys sweating their balls off?
I was like, damn, shit's summer over there.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, OzX, I'm just gonna play this out to you. Just Jett and Hunter aren't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut, especially Jett and Hunter on stock bikes. It's not gonna cut it because they didn't even look like anything. I mean, obviously Jett still did, but dude, Hunter was running like 8th and 7th and 6th. Like, bro, that doesn't make him look like who he is. We know how fast Hunter is, dog. Like,
yeah.
And he just got knocked the fuck out the week before. You know what I mean? And I know he wants to race for his home country. That's a huge deal.
Yeah, but what I feel like OzX Open is like turning into is literally just like a show up and showcase the Australian boys.
Yeah. Like just a straight meal ticket for Jett and Hunter.
Not like a straight meal ticket, but even like a straight like ticket seller for OzX Open.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like it almost feels like, does it feel a little gimmicky or no?
Well, you know why it also feels a little gimmicky? Because did I hear this on Vital or where did I hear this from? Some people are probably going to eat me up in the comments because I get this shit wrong all the time. But so the original promoter.
Adam Bailey. You're talking about Adam Bailey who swapped.
Who came up.
Who got quit WSX, went to OzX, and then now is OzX Open promoter. And then WSX is like all new people over there. Yeah. That's true.
Oh, that is true?
Oh, yeah. Yep. So Adam Bailey, who was super cool guy, he was like, I don't know exactly what he did, but he was pretty high up at WSX in like
I heard a story. The person who went over, because OzX has been a thing way before World Supercross.
Way before.
Yeah. So Adam Bailey started OzX, and then went over to World Supercross.
And now he's back.
Oh, is he back now?
Yes.
Oh. So
we'll have to get that whole story figured out. I'll do some more. I'll do a little deep dive on that and see if we can.
But yeah, I guess there was a little bit of, that's why there was 2 Australian Supercrosses, but they were pretty far apart. They were like 600 miles, 1,000 miles apart, right?
Yeah, they're far apart. But the WSX was sold out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sold out.
They did a good job.
That shit was the real deal.
Hey, just to talk about the World Supercross track, bro, I'm a firm believer that we need to reevaluate Monster Energy Supercross track width and how shallow our apex of our corners are going to be in Supercross. Like how far we put the hay bales in. Because, dude, the racing with the wider track and with the wider berms.
Insides.
Yes.
Was better.
Definitely made it more dangerous as far as passing goes, but it definitely made more passing opportunities and
allowed more lines.
Yes.
And we are all professionals. Well, not anymore, but they are all professionals.
Yes.
I agree. I think,
you know what I'm saying? So like instead of the track being like 22 feet, like a standard Supercross track is supposed to be 22 feet. You know, we need to make that shit 24. Just literally add a foot on either side, and then make sure our hay bales are tucked in all the way in and give us like, 40
on
feet
the bowl
or whatever.
Turns, on the bowl turns specifically.
On the bowl turns specifically, and make sure that inside tough block is not too close to the middle of the corner, the apex of the corner, so we have the opportunity to cut down.
Yeah.
And
come inside, and then after the finish was really cool too.
I mean, because dude, everybody that's racing a dirt bike at that level knows when a guy's going to cut down, but if the opportunity is not there, then that's not going to happen.
Yep. Agreed. 100%.
So we need to make sure those opportunities are there when they can be. And I think it'll be for really good racing.
Yep. I agree.
And create opportunities.
I agree 100%. Lux Turner was supposed to be our interview, guys. But he, bummer news for him. He crashed out of the OzX Open in practice, broke his wrist, lost the championship.
Yeah. The nets did not save him.
No, well, they were, I mean, I'm talking shit here, but fuck it. Those nets were jank. If they were Supercross nets, that shit would not have happened. Because Supercross nets are taller and then they have the thing that curls over at the top.
So it catches him.
Yes.
Because what the problem was, it caught his bike and not him.
Exactly. And it just flew him to the ground. See ya. Sayonara. Made that shit way worse.
Mm-hmm. Because if those nets weren't there, he would have been fine.
Pisses me off.
I know.
Lux was on a trajectory, bro, to be factory in no time. This is just going to put a little stall. He's still going to get there, but it just sucks.
Yeah.
He should have been the OzX champion in the 250 class. No questions asked.
And then on, what, are we going to talk about the other injury news?
Dude, I don't even want to talk about that. Just tell them. They already know, but just tell them. I
know. We'll just go like this. We're thankful that Joe Shimoda has feeling in all of his extremities. And I mean, that's basically all we know, right? Is that he's got feeling. So we have no idea on timeline on anything else other than that.
I mean, he's not going to be back he's not going to be back for a while, dude.
I know, but it's just gnarly because now we have Juju that's not going to be out. I mean, that's going to be out for all of Supercross. And we're basically going to be, Joe Shimoda is going to be lucky if he comes back for I guess he can't even come back because he's not going to race, right? For the Supercross and the Super Motocross stuff.
Let's just wait and see. So this is from Honda Racing US Instagram. Joe Shimoda has undergone surgery to repair 2 fractured and displaced vertebrae in his upper. Oh, that's not good. Fractured and displaced in his upper back and lower neck. Following a November 25th crash during preseason training at the Dog Pound track in Florida. So at Jett and Hunter's house. The procedure took place on the 26th at Tampa General Hospital. Shimoda's spinal column is completely uninjured and he has full movement and feeling. So that's just saying the inner part of his spine isn't damaged. He's not paralyzed. Shimoda has enjoyed a break of the 2025 season. That was highlighted by winning Super Motocross 250. Is expected to make a full recovery through it is common for that process to take approximately 3 months with this injury. Okay. I'm sorry, Joe. Joe is having to go through this, said Brandon Wilson. Brandon Wilson's the awesome dude, manager of Honda Racing and Advertising of American Honda. He showed last season that he's one of the top in the sport. Preseason testing was going well. Back injuries are always concerning, so I greatly appreciate how the team members and industry friends networked to ensure Joe was quickly in care and at a top level specialist. Everyone at Honda wishes Joe well, and we're totally behind him as he begins a full recovery.
Well, there we go.
Had a freaky accident at the test track this week. Ended up breaking my vertebrae. Had successful surgery yesterday. My body is moving fine, so I'm very lucky. But unfortunately, I will be out for a little bit. Feel very sorry, but hopefully I can come back strong again. Damn. Fuck. Damn. Joe's such a good dude.
Yeah.
Ugh. Hate to hear that shit. Hate to hear it. All right. What else? Let's try to end on a positive note. Not that we don't want to end on Joe because Joe's a badass mofo. Colin Park great podium this weekend. I was really proud of that. You know what I mean? It seems like that was a long time coming. You know, he needed that. Finally,
fucking
somehow.
kid rips.
Dude, he does. He rips. And it finally happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know that feeling of relief, like, damn. He even said it on the podium. He's like, dude, I expected to be on the podium at round 1.
Yeah. I know. We need our boy freaking Robbie Wageman to get up.
He's not even, dude. Right now, Robbie's not even close. We got some work to do. I mean, he's getting beat by Chisholm right now. So
I know.
And Robbie has uber potential, and he's not getting it done. So we got to figure out what the hell's going on there.
Yeah.
Maybe we need, everybody needs to eat our jerky so he can pay for more shit. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. Just eat our meat, our jerky.
Eat our meat.
Our jerky. Just go buy some. It'll help him out. Yeah.
Hey, it'll help you out too because you got a little black pepper over there, right?
Yeah, I got a 722 flavor. Black pepper brisket, baby. Get some 722 our jerky. Come on. Bah, bah, bah. It's the best jerky in the game. Anything else from WSX? Cody Shock looked like he was sick or something. He still rode really good. Enzo Lopes had one of the gnarliest get-offs I've seen in a while. You see that whiskey throttle in the hoopties? He was riding good up to that point.
Hey, he was riding real good.
And he pole positioned. I mean, Max flew off the track, but whatever. You flew off the track.
We'll take it.
Yeah, bro. If you fly off the track, that's your bad.
Yep.
That's because you're pushing too hard.
Shit don't count.
Nope, it does not. Even though Max probably would have won if he would have stayed on the track. But that's not the point. Enzo got one. Win's a win.
You're such a Max Anstie super fan.
I am, dude. I love Max. He's just so cool, dude.
He's just so cool,
bro.
dude.
Me and him were teammates for a while, and Max was just always cool as hell. I mean, the only bad thing I can say about Max, this is the only bad thing I can say about Max.
Oh, what?
He just had a little too much European in his ass. Every fucking time I would come up to get dressed or undressed, his ass was naked up there in the fucking thing, dude. His dick was out. He was naked in the top of the ring every time. Like, you just naked.
You're like, damn, Max, put some clothes on, dog.
No, I just wouldn't even say anything because it's like, it's like a locker room, a man's locker room. You just don't say shit. But every time that motherfucker, I come up there after a good moto, I feel butt naked. Like, I'm like, Max, fuck, dude, what up, dog? Be talking to me.
High or low today,
He'd
dude?
be talking to me buck naked. I'm like, all right, this is how this is going to go. He's European, dude. He's English. I don't know what to tell you. That's what they do over there.
I guess.
Let that shit hang out, dog. It's cool.
Let it hang, dude.
That's my son, dude. Every time he walks in the door, butt naked. Takes his clothes off right after school every time. I don't know what it is. Yes.
Little Adam's like,
little
hey,
Adam.
bro, I'm freaking hot.
Bro,
dude.
little Adam, he's like, I'm hot. I gotta get these clothes off.
Dad, why you make me wear these clothes at school, dude?
No, he don't mind wearing clothes at school, but as soon as he gets home, bro, bah! All the clothes off. Whatever. All right, let's move on. All right, let's finish out the show. Ty, tell us about the hunting trip in Montana. Or tell me about the hunting trip in Montana. I haven't really heard about the trip. Talk to me, dog. All I know, so we got a deer tag. We had a deer tag and we had an elk tag.
I had a general season tag for Montana. Deer and elk.
Okay.
And the season ends for me November 30th. So, basically today.
It ended.
And I couldn't get time off of work. I was supposed to get like a second weekend in November off, and it just didn't happen. It was just way too busy.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to eat my tag without even trying. So I talked to the wife, talked to family, and I was able to get off. I didn't get any extra days
give
off
us the
before
fucking Cliff Notes, bro. I didn't want the play-by-play. God damn.
Well, anyway, so I fucking drove. Well, this is why, because after work on Wednesday, I started my drive to Montana. It's fucking 17 hours. I drove all the way to 4:30, slept on the side of the road in my truck. For 2
Seriously?
hours. Yeah.
You didn't get a hotel? I thought you were supposed to get a hotel.
No, dude, I drank a bang at like fucking like 11:30, dude, and I was wired.
Let's go, dog. Ty was amping.
I was like, I like made it till
you should have shot one that night, bro.
Dude, well, I did. I drove to 4:30 and I was like, dude, my blinks are getting way too long. Like I fell asleep at fucking on the wheel.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's fucking flashbacks. Remember when you fell asleep at the wheel?
Oh my! Go there today, okay? But
Ty did not. For the record, he fell asleep, but he did not crash. We were in the car and we woke his ass back up. It was 1 o'clock in the middle of the fucking day, and this motherfucker.
I was like 18 at the time.
Yes.
I told these motherfuckers an hour and a half before. I'm like, dude, I'm super fucking tired. I shouldn't be driving right now. And they're like, dude, it's in the middle of the fucking day, dude. You're a fucking.
Stop being a bitch.
Yeah. Don't be a pussy.
Fuck, dude.
All right. Fuck it. Hey, we took out some sagebrush. We were good. And you know what's fucked up even after? They're like, oh, you're definitely awake now. You're driving some more.
We did too. Whoa, fuck. Yeah, but we didn't let you drive that much longer though. We were all so freaked out. We're like, get Ty out of the fucking wheel, dude. It was like you had to put. Like,
oh, you guys. Hey, you're up now, aren't you,
bro? We had to put you back in the seat because it's like if you crashed on a jump and you can't not go back and do it because then you're scared to do it for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's that's not my mentality.
No, that is not how Ty works.
No.
Okay.
But anyway,
so either way, yeah.
I drove all the way to 4:30, slept on the side of the road somewhere in BFE outside of freaking Elko, Nevada. Drove the rest of the way up to Lima, Montana. That took me like another probably 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
I got there around probably 12:30. And I have some good buddies that's hunted up there. Told me a spot to go. What wasn't too bad. So I was just like, fuck it. Let's get in there tonight. Let's see what's going on. So it was like a 2.5 mile hike in, got all my stuff ready. And I was just hiking through the trees. And I saw 2 muley does. And if anybody knows about the rut or anything, the rut right now for muleys is it's usually towards the end of it, but for some reason it's been kind of later this season, so it's right in the middle. So I knew if I saw some does that there would be some bucks around. Spotted these a group of bucks around 200 yards through the trees. I snuck up on them, and there was actually a pretty good one. And I fucking lined that fucker up and dropped him right at right around 195 yards. And fucking dude, I was solo. I fucking just drove 14 fucking hours, was really strung out. I fucking packed that bitch up, packed that whole thing up, put it in my backpack.
Oh, Ty, no, you got to tell them what you did because I don't think people know, dude. Hunter people know what you did, but what'd you do, bro?
I quartered that thing out.
What does that even mean, dude? You skinned it, cut it off, you filleted it like a damn fish, cut its head off, and put it in the backpack looking backwards like it's whole, riding on your back like a little baby.
Hell yeah. I did that all. I was by myself 2.5 miles in, and I fucking got done cutting that thing up. When did I call you? Because luckily I had service. I called you at 10:30?
Yeah, it had to be. It was late.
Yeah, it was I called you around. No, I don't think it was that late. I think I called you around 9:30.
Yeah, it was 8:30 to 9:30.
Yeah, it was 9:30. And fuck, dude, somehow I fucking got all that on my back. It was 100 pounds or some shit because I still had my gun, my spotting scope, my fucking binoculars, all my rain gear. I had 2 quarters, the front quarter, back straps, all my loose meat, and the head. The other front shoulder just totally got just mangled from where I shot it from. Bro. And I hiked that bitch out fucking 3 miles. It ended up being at 11 o'clock at night in the middle of fucking Montana wilderness.
Dude, Ty, you're freaking gnarly, bro. There's zero
Dude,
chance.
it's not. Dude, people do it all the time, though. It's not like there's not people that do it.
Not people I know, dude. Not people I know.
You can't fucking live in your house every day and just not do shit that fucking get your blood pumping. Especially,
People do it all the time.
Supercross anymore.
People do it all the time.
Do something.
People do it all the time. Anyways,
saying, bro.
anyways,
It's good to get
let's talk
scared a
about the
little bit.
next day when you tried to get an elk and you got skunked like a bitch.
Hey, bro, there's a lot of people that get skunked doing
That's
fucking
true.
elk.
Yep. So what happened? What went wrong with the
If
elk?
I would have saw one, that motherfucker would have been dead. I don't care if that thing was 600 yards away, bro. I would have dropped it.
No elk is safe if they're seen by tide. Not even a
straight
mile
up,
out.
Yeah. God was like, dude, I'm gonna give you this deer, but I ain't giving you elk, bro.
Straight.
I don't even know how I would have packed it out by myself, but I would have got it done.
Freaking Uncle Ty, dude. Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
I did. I had a fantastic week. I went to Legoland with my kids, with my family.
Hey, that was one of the reasons I could not go to fucking Thanksgiving because I wasn't gonna drive fucking 4 hours to go to Legoland and see this my cousins play.
You know what's funny, dude, is
not
like
be able to fucking hang out.
Like now as a dad, like all that shit is so whack. You know what I mean? Like going to Legoland, like I don't even want to go on the rides. I don't want to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like honestly, my favorite
you
part.
Can't say that, bro.
Dude, my favorite part was seeing little Adam just be that happy about that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like some of it was kind of cool. You know, I went to Lego. Some of it was cool, like the underwater aquarium rides and that stuff was cool. But honest, my favorite part of the entire weekend, like the entire weekend. So we went to Legoland yesterday and then we woke up today and little Adam like crashed out at 8:00, 8:30, whatever. tired as hell. Wakes up, just barely opens his eyes and goes, I love Legoland. It's my favorite place in the world. Like literally his first words out of his mouth. He's 3 years old. I love Legoland so much. It's my favorite place in the world. Like, how sick is that? You know what I mean? That like made the whole thing worth it.
Yeah.
Because we have Asher too. He's one. He's just a handful. I don't even know what to say about that fool. I don't even want to call.
Hey, we don't even know about that fool yet, bro.
Like that, he's wild, dude. He's got me on my tiptoes already, and I don't think I'm getting off of him for the rest of my life. Let's put it that way.
He doesn't even know how to speak shit yet, and he's already testing you.
Yeah, dude. He's pushed like.
Hey, Asher is definitely your kid. That's for damn sure, bro.
Without a doubt. Like, I got payback's a bitch, dude. Like, straight up, he is my payback. There's no question. He's going to be a handful for sure.
See, dude, I knew I wasn't going to be missed with all my nieces and nephews with me not there, dude.
Dude, you were, dude. Uncle.
No.
Whenever
Bro,
Adam calls,
hey,
he's
holidays
like,
are
is
so
Uncle
lame
Tyler?
because you guys are just worried about the kids and just
You could have helped out with Asher, bro.
We don't even get to hang out. We don't even get to hang out anymore.
No, we don't. We don't. It's about the kids, bro.
I know.
And little Adam loves you. All right, we got to wrap this thing
I
out.
love that kid too.
He wants to call you all the time. He's like, can I call Uncle Ty? Can I call Uncle Ty? Where's Uncle Ty? What's Uncle Ty doing? Like, this fool talks about you all the time, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait till I'm pissed off as hell at him. And I'm like, you're going to Uncle Ty's house for the fucking week.
You're like, he's going to be like, fine, send it. I'll fucking
send me. I'll go to Uncle Ty's house. I love it at Uncle Ty's house. He's probably better than you. He said he was faster than you anyways.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know that shit's going to happen. Oh,
100%.
Funny. All right, cool. Well, we appreciate you guys. If you guys stayed, thank you so much. Without you guys, we wouldn't have a show. We wouldn't have anything to talk about. We wouldn't have anything going on. So we really appreciate the fans. If you haven't, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your bro. You know what I mean?
Tell your bro.
Tell your sister, Tell your aunts and uncles. Is there anybody else I'm missing? Tell your friends at school. Tell your friends in college. Tell your friends at work, at the construction site. Dude, you got to listen to these Track Talkers guys. They're the shit. Anything else? No? Cool. All right. Well, till next week, another round of WSX. See you guys there. Peace.